Coming up on Mountain News at 6, we'll have the latest on a fire near the interstate in Laurel County, resulting in a commercial building burning down and a firefighter being hurt. And the Catholic Diocese of Lexington is partnering with one former candidate for governor for a sustainability commitment.
And showers are likely overnight before a weekend warm-up. Your forecast on the way as Mountain News at 6 starts now.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News at 6.
A firefighter was hurt and a vacant tractor-trailer garage was destroyed in a massive fire in southern Kentucky. Multiple investigative agencies were called when the fire destroyed the former truck repair business off Interstate 75's exit 29 in Laurel County. WYMT's Phil Pendleton has more on what took place.
Cumberland Gap Parkway, just off of Interstate 75's exit 29, is a busy place.
And so whenever I came this way, it just got blacker and bigger. I mean, it was some sight, definitely, for sure.
Dina Cox feared something exploded from all the thick black rolling smoke and flames. Multiple fire departments were called to help fight the fire, and police were also called.
We were actually called to the scene early on to help on traffic control. And then after they found out that some homeless people had perhaps been staying in there, then we were called in a different capacity.
The person in question was located Tuesday morning. One firefighter was hurt.
I am very grateful that we have responders that responded so quickly and just were here so fast.
Yeah, that's
because
exactly.
I believe that it definitely could have gotten worse with it being in behind, a gas station.
The injured firefighter is Captain Eric Philpott with the Corbin City Fire Department. He was hurt when some debris fell on him. He is expected to make a full recovery. They say he was airlifted to the University of Kentucky Hospital only for precautionary reasons and was released late Monday night. The cause of the fire is under investigation by the ATF along with the state fire marshal. The fire destroyed a vacant building that was once used as a garage for semi-trucks. It was once part of a truck stop that closed years ago, but the area is seeing a bit of a resurgence now with a lot of construction taking place. In Laurel County, Phil Pendleton, WYMT Mountain News.
Sheriff's deputies said some witnesses told them about the possible missing person, but again, that person was located, and police do not believe anyone else was in the building at the time of the fire. A Pike County man is facing charges after an incident at the Judge Executive's office. Police responded to the complaint yesterday at Ray Jones's office. Police were told by Jones a worker was getting more violent, punching items and threatening co-workers. Witnesses later told police they heard gunshots outside the building. Witnesses then reported they saw blood on a car that a cat was in. Andrew Smith reportedly did this while on the job. Smith was fired from his role. A woman is charged with credit card fraud in Wayne County. The sheriff's office says a woman reported her wallet missing. When the wallet was found, 2 credit cards and cash were missing. The sheriff's office says surveillance video shows Jessica McCartney using the missing credit cards to make purchases. Deputies say McCartney tried to make purchases at another store, but it was declined. McCartney is charged with fraudulent use of a credit card and theft.
Well, the weather not too bad on this Tuesday evening. We are dry under a few peaks of sunshine from the London Corbin Airport. Also mild. We are close to average on this Tuesday, up to 73 over at the airport, sitting at 69 for Pikeville, also in Clintwood, 71 for Jackson, 72 for Harlan, and 73 for Somerset, also in Manchester at this hour. And some more calm weather is on tap as we go into your Tuesday evening. That warming trend also continued today, but once this cold front passes, some cooler air is on the way to go into your Wednesday, also into Wednesday night. Up on first alert pinpoint Doppler, we are dry into this evening, but notice as we zoom out, we are tracking some showers over southern Illinois, pushing into southern Indiana, and this moisture will continue moving into our direction by late Tuesday, also early on Wednesday. Lows in the middle to lower 50s. Some good news, no severe storms, but we are tracking some rain overnight and some drier and cooler weather by Wednesday. Those details coming up in just a few minutes. Steve?
Cameron, thank you. Kentucky Congressman Andy Barr has announced $300,000 in federal funding will be going to Powell County. The money will be used to buy 3 quick attack fire trucks. Each truck will be stationed at one of the 3 volunteer fire stations in Stanton, Middle Fork, and Clay City. The trucks will give firefighters closer access to hard-to-reach portions of the county that a big pumper truck cannot normally get to. Legislators secured $1 million for a city plaza project in London. Officials are working to design a building that will be home to the police department and dispatch center. London Mayor Randall Weddle says the building will be behind City Hall. He says they will create 120 parking spaces as well. With the help of $1 million from the state, Weddle says they've been able to secure all of the funding they need.
We're not done with the concept of the building yet. So, but you know, the numbers we've looked at is $3 million to $3.5 million. The good thing about this, with the help of the state and Senator Storm and Stivers helping with that, and what we've done in the city for as my administration and council, we don't have to raise taxes. We've already got the funds to pay for the building.
Mayor Weddle says they will be adding 2 more stations for the dispatch center in the building. For the second time since Officer Logan Medlock's death, the London Police Department will host its annual memorial fishing tournament. Officer Medlock was hit and killed by a drunk driver back in October 2022, and colleagues feel this is a great way to honor his memory.
A very godly man. He really loved working at the police department and serving his community, and he was the epitome of what everybody should be. And so that's why we do this, is just to keep his memory alive and keep him in our thoughts all the time.
Officials say they will be hosting a pre-tournament cookout May 3rd, and people who are registered will have a chance to win prizes. The 36th Annual Eastern Kentucky Leadership Conference will be held later this week, and for the first time in Corbin. In the past, the conference has discussed various issues, such as recently how to better help the flood victims of 2022. This year, Eastern Kentucky's young leaders will be one of the main focuses of the conference.
This year is particularly good because once again we're going to have 2 panels of high school students presenting, so they're going to be involved, and the University of the Cumberlands has recruited a few of their undergraduate students to come and assist us. So we're trying to get those young emerging leaders right into the mainstream.
Officials say this conference will give people attending a chance to see a revitalized Corbin as well. The Catholic Diocese of Lexington is teaming up with a former candidate for Kentucky governor for a sustainability commitment. The bishop has appointed a task force to ensure the achievement of carbon neutrality in energy in less than 10 years. Alexa Minton has more.
This effort is not just historic, it is breathtaking in its audacity.
The Catholic Diocese of Lexington has partnered with Kentucky-based Eadlin Renewables to announce its plan to achieve carbon neutrality by the year 2030 for its 59 parishes.
The work we're doing is very much focused on the climate challenge, and the opportunity to partner with such a large faith institution is really inspiring for all of us who are involved.
Adam Eadlin, a former state auditor and candidate for governor, will lead the task force, along with representatives from Alltech, Toyota, Lexmark, Appalachian Regional Healthcare, and Solar Energy Solutions. Josh Van Cleef with the diocese shared that climate conversations and their intersection with faith is nothing new, saying even the Pope made a call to action.
In his recent apostolic exhortation, Laudate Deum, Pope Francis called on the church to respond with urgent and decisive action.
The task force will be entirely volunteer-based, with the goal to advise the diocese about technological and financial options for meeting the commitment in their short goal of just 6 years.
We can't put the burdens of transformation of energy on those who have already suffered the consequences of our prior abuse of the earth.
What it demonstrates is that people of faith have an obligation not just to creation, but to each other.
And through evaluating and shrinking their carbon footprint, the group is hoping to set an example to other churches and faith-based establishments across the state.
When we decide to work together, when we decide to bring our expertise from various fields, when we decide not to blame each other for what has happened, but to find common solutions together, anything is really possible.
In Lexington, Alexa Minton, WKYT.
And while today is the day after Earth Day, it is also the Feast of St. George, which was the former name of the Pope. The group says this is their gift to Pope Francis.
Well, wet weather looks to return tonight. The details on that next rain chance after this break. Plus,
he has snapped the history of Eastern Kentucky people with his camera for decades. You'll meet another East Kentucky Leadership Award winner.